Let's go hands-on with the new Rolex watches. Welcome back to another video, and today, as I'm finally back from Watches and Wonders 2022, I'd like to go hands-on with the new Rolex watches. During last week's fair, I had the opportunity to try out the new Rolex watches, and as you might have already seen, there has been a video on the Rolex novelties just a couple of days ago that I did with my friend Burak. But I wanted to do another video because I have a lot of footage of the watches that Rolex showed to us, or to me, and therefore I said to myself, let's also show you guys how they look on the wrist, basically. Therefore, you do not have to wait until the watches are going to be available at your local dealer to see them on the wrist. You can just watch my video over and over again to see and get a feeling how it feels on the wrist, or looks on the wrist. Let's start off with the Air-King. So the Air-King is new. I had the possibility to both see the old Air-King and the new Air-King. And let me tell you, I feel that this watch looks fantastic in its new case with the crown guards, and just overall gives the watch a bit more of a sportier feel, making it an even better daily watch. For some, the overall dial layout might not be as pleasing as for some other people, although I do feel that this watch still retains its very, very unique position. There are no other watches with a green Rolex writing on the dial and of course the golden crown. So therefore this watch still remains a very unique one. I felt it looks good, I felt it felt good on the wrist as well. And for all future references, I have a 16.5 millimeter wrist in circumference, just so that you know how to put the wrist in relation. And of course this watch has been a big bang, let's put it like this. The GMT Master 2 left-handed with the green and black bezel. So my first thoughts were, wow, this is kind of awkward and somewhat strange, different, let's put it like this. I'm left-handed, although I wear my watches on the left hand and not on the right hand, so I'm doing it wrong anyway. I do think there's a lot of utility in this watch, and for me personally, it was much more intuitive to wind and set the watch. I think it looks great. I like the color combo. It's gonna sell out super fast. It's a cool watch, most definitely. Probably one of my favorites currently from the whole GMT Master lineup, just because it's a little bit different and I like different watches. I had the opportunity to look at the new day date in platinum. The platinum watch I had on my wrist was the 36 millimeter version, and it fit perfectly. The dial, the ice blue dial, is magnificent. I love it, and the fluted bezel works. It makes the watch, complete. I feel together with especially the bracelet, the fluted bezel really makes a difference compared to the smooth one that they had earlier, and I'm very happy that they are now able to accomplish this fluted bezel with the platinum material. So overall, the day date is a fantastic watch. I really like it. Next up, we have a new Yacht-Master. More specifically, we have a Yacht-Master in 42 millimeters in Yellowgold. What do I think about this combination? I personally like it as well. Obviously, I'm a big fan of gold. What I really like about this watch is that it's gonna have great utility, especially in summer. It's gonna look extremely nice paired to a linen shirt, overall reflecting this summer vibe. I really like it. For me, the 42 millimeters might be a bit too big, but luckily there is a new Yacht-Master in 40 millimeters as well. And this one stole my heart. This one piece is just so amazing that I just have to figure out how to get it. The watch I'm talking about is the new Yacht-Master in white gold in 40 millimeters with diamonds and sapphires. Basically, the inspiration behind the gem set on this watch comes from the Aurora Borealis, this fantastic light phenomenon that you can see in the Northern Hemisphere, especially if you go up really, really north. The Oyster Flex bracelet fit perfectly. So I was able to try the watch out on how it really fits, because normally these watches, they are fitted to one size and then they wobble around when you're trying to do these fantastic wrist rolls. But this one, it actually sat perfectly on my wrist and I was able to see how it would feel if it would be mine. I loved it. There are a couple of other new things that happened, a couple of dial changes. Also, there are some discontinued models. Most important discontinuation are the colors of the 41mm Oyster Perpetual. There is no more Tiffany blue, no more coral, no more yellow. Sad. But there is still a 36mm in Tiffany blue, and there is still the Oyster Perpetual in 36 with the candy pink. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got a good impression on how the watches look on the wrist. I hope you enjoyed it. There are much more videos to come. I have tons of content on the watches, and I'm gonna do a couple of these hands-on videos so you can get an impression on how the watches look on the wrist. And we're gonna talk about, as well as always, on how you could wear them and how they would look in certain situations. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. And as always, if you feel like it, put a thumbs up. See you in the next episode, something like that. Bye-bye. I did make a mistake earlier on. I said my wrist is 16.5mm. That's obviously not the case. I don't have a tiny wrist. It's 16.5 centimeters in circumference.